Summer's right around the corner. That means trips to the beach, barbecues, swimming, and if you're a business owner, that may also mean hiring some summer help. For most people, our first taste of adulthood was a summer job. We learned responsibility and also the satisfaction that came from cashing your first paycheck. But before you go hiring your neighbor's kid, there's a few rules that you need to know. And this is New Jersey, so let's face it, if you don't follow the rules, you're going to get penalized. We're going to just go over 3 of them. The first is the age that you can hire. So in New Jersey, 14 is the age that you can hire most workers. At 14, they can cover a lot of industries, everything from amusement parks to hotels to office work. When they get to be 16, they can do all the jobs of a 14-year-old, plus they can do some others, like for instance, operating power lawnmowers and power tools. But the devil is really in the detail because you have to make sure that you're not exposing them to anything hazardous. So what you should do if you have any questions is go on to the Department of Labor website. That's nj.gov/labor. The second rule we're going to talk about is the documentation you'll need to hire a minor, or what's known as working papers. So what's going to happen is that the person you want to hire is going to go either to their school, or maybe they're going to go online and they're going to fill out what's called a Form A300. They're going to provide some basic information like name, address, that kind of thing. Then they're going to give you the form. As the employer, you're going to need to file a promise of employment. You're going to also need to specify which hours they're working and what types of jobs they're doing. Sounds pretty easy, right? Then the third step in that process is that the minor's going to need to get a physical, and so the school will provide that. They're also going to verify their age. After all that happens, the form goes back to mom and dad for permission, and then the minor gets what's known as working papers. So the third rule concerns the limitations that are on the minor. If you have a worker that's over the age of 18, then you can have them work as many hours as needed as long as you're paying overtime. When it comes to a minor, you're not going to need to worry about overtime because they can't work more than 40 hours a week. It doesn't matter if that time is over the summer or not. You still have to work less than 40 hours. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is the exact hours they work. Now, if you have someone who is 14, they can only work from 7 to 7. So 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you have someone who's a little bit older, like a 16 or 17-year-old, they can work from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. But keep in mind that New Jersey has a graduated driver's license. So what this means for you as an employer is that if you have somebody working after 11 p.m., you may have to provide a note to say that they are just on the road because their shift is just ending. Now, the other difference between employing a minor and an older worker is that older workers in New Jersey don't have required breaks. Some other states they do, but not in New Jersey. Okay, so if a worker 18 and older is not going to need a break. Someone younger than 18 is going to need a break. So in New Jersey, what they say is that after 5 hours of work, the minor needs 30 minutes of a break time. So we hope this information has been helpful, makes it easier to expand your workforce for the summer. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at 1-800-499-4419, extension 3, or member 411 at njbia.org.